Hello my friend, welcome to this new tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a two-dimensional watercolor painting. You must have seen when you paint watercolor and your painting looks very flat because there is no dimension, uh, at least two dimension. And because of that, your painting is not looking good. So this tutorial gives you an ability to paint two-dimensional effect in your artwork that brings the beauty in your artwork. Quickly, I'll just create one subject from my imagination. So let's imagine that there is a uh, there's a structure. Imagine it's just you can take a reference, any of reference you wanted to have uh, from your neighborhood or anything. So you will learn from there. So I'm just making a very quick sketch. So this is the maybe one building. Okay, which has a dimension like this building is like this. It has the perspective like this and like this. Got it? So this is what we wanted to achieve here. So let's assume you have the building something like this, and this side is basically the the depth. I mean, there is a light is coming from this side, and there is no much light visible. So this is the opportunity where you can make you can create a many dimensional. You can bring that dimensional effect into this. I just want to create a very quickly. Maybe some other structure here parallel to this, and maybe some other structure. And few people here. Okay, maybe a lot of people here actually came here. Yeah, so that's the kind of idea we just wanted to have. We wanted to paint. This might be entrance, etc. There might be more people here. Right. So this is the quick sketch we have. Now we wanted to make a dimensional. If you'll just make it a very flat color, it won't look much interesting. So the dimension brings the uniqueness in your painting. It adds a value to your artwork. So now let's move into the coloring part of it. But before moving to this, I want you to just check my Patreon membership. There you will get a lot of learning, and absolutely free for you to join. You can also watch some of my exclusive tutorial. There's a lot of learning happens. There's a lot of activities happens through various various activities. So you can join there and get inspired. So let's move to the artwork. So I'm just taking this brush, maybe so I'm using burnt sienna and yellow ochre. the very first layer. Very randomly, actually, I'm just putting the first layer. I will create a video on how to paint first layer, because I heard from many people they wanted to learn how to paint the first layer. So definitely I'll create the one video for that. And this is the first layer I'm just creating. Now see like how I'm just pouring the color here. If you want, you can, I want to change my, and make it like a exercise. Okay, make it exercise. uh, you don't need to struggle to find the color, or just thinking about what should I do here, what color I should pick. I mean, make it a fun activities here. Because the moment you'll start taking this as a fun activity, things will be much easier for you. Okay, so try that, uh, this kind of approach, because watercolor is all about enjoying the process. If you'll just take it really uh, uh, in a way that, okay, I mean, it's very tough medium and I'm not able to get this, I have to do certain things, I have, if I'll do some things my painting will get spoiled, you will never get that, the real feel of watercolor. The it's a real pleasure. It's a real pleasure comes only when you just keep yourself absolutely away from any sort of stress to create a good art. So that's the mantra. All that comes here. I'll just make this. Yeah, and here we have our first layer ready. Now I'll talk about how to make the second, I mean, in second layer, how to make this dimensional, right? So let it dry, do not work anything, and we'll work on after this, this entire thing. If there, everything gets dry, then we'll work for the second layer. Okay, now you see our paper is absolutely dry, and we can go for our second layer. Um, so here the dimensional effect will come. So I'm just using, I know like light is coming from this side. There's a lot of, the prominence of light. There's a lot of the shininess of things will be there because the light is coming from this side. And obviously if the light is coming from this side, so this side will have a less light or no light at all. There will be some shades, and that gives an opportunity for me to create a dimension. So what I'm doing is I'm just making this, just mixing this ultramarine blue and burnt sienna together, and making this make it just little lighter. Or maybe I'll change my brush because it's small paper and I need the smaller. Yeah, and now you see the lighter, the depth is coming, and there is also some more depth under this. There's a lot of depth actually. This basically brings uh, the idea of having all these light, and you can just negotiate this how you wanted to bring this light and depth here. That's the other building, and some more depth here. So yeah, this side is done. Now we have some more structure here which also doesn't have a much light there. There is almost like a less visible light, and that gives an opportunity to create a dimension very randomly. I'm just making this, and this is the ceiling of this building. You can take any reference image also to see. I mean, every image, every subject, you'll have some some way to uh, understand the light and depth. The dimension is all about the light and depth. So use that. So there is also this kind of a ceiling and its shades coming in this way. And I'm just making some window here, maybe some window here. It's a very rough idea for you to learn, understand the how to make a dimension, and also an ability for you to understand the light and depth. Okay. Okay, so here just wanted to have some depth here. Now things are actually emerging. Now you are getting like there is some dimension, there is a there's a movement in the structure, right? Some shades here, and never afraid to make such kind of a decision to apply the color. If you believe that there should be some some shades are required, do it. Don't just think, don't get afraid saying if I'll do this my painting will it'll go, it won't if something happens my painting gets spoiled. I don't want to do this. Until and unless you'll not leave that mentality, you'll not get that the kind of a result you want over the period of time. In watercolor you have to put your all of uh, you just need to enjoy. that's the that's the mantra. This is the secret of watercolor. I'm telling you, my friend, watercolor requires your not just a diligent effort but also an ability to enjoy this process, and this happens only when you just apply the color without much thinking about what will happen if I'll do certain things, etc. So leave that aside and apply the color. Do exercise. What I'm just showing you here is all about enjoying the process, enjoying its real pleasure, watercolor's real pleasure of creating art. Maybe there is some shade here. reflection, I mean the shade of the upper ceiling, etc. Do some crazy patches here. The only thing is make sure that your this is the light, these are the light, right? And the dimension comes with this. So this kind of a approach will definitely help you to reach a level where you really wanted to enjoy this artwork. I mean, especially creating, going outside and paint watercolor. And before I move this, I want you to check my Patreon membership. There's a lot of things happens, and I'm telling you, if you're really serious about learning watercolor, check that my Patreon. It's free to join. You can watch some of my exclusive tutorial that will help you to further learn on this. I mean, it's a very interesting forum for you to join and learn from other participant also. Check that out. Link I've given in my description. And yeah, coming back to this, let's further work on these human figure. So let me just work on, so human figure, it's way much easier. I've shown you even in my previous video how to make human figure in a in just few seconds. So just make this, and yeah, it's very the impression, just you're giving an impression that this people is walking and whatever. So you can just do something like this. Now this light is coming from this side, so obviously your seeds will also be falling here in this part, this side. And these are the most important part which you have to bring in here. How crazy you can go. So that's the uh, that's the big thing to learn. The big your ability to make some really bold patches, and how you wanted to transfer your idea of having those your imagination, whether it's imagination or your you're taking a reference image or anything. It's a it's a great way to paint watercolor in this way, very loose, and it's beautiful. So you just say yourself, it's a beautiful, whatever you're doing, it's beautiful. Nobody should judge your artwork. Don't allow them to judge your artwork. If you believe you don't need to share, don't share. You don't need to. It's your personal, it's your creative approach. Most of the people, they they just share their artwork with the people who is who is not in that uh, in that uh, in that area, in that domain, or doesn't have the ability to give you in the right direction. So don't sue them. It's very straight. No, don't sue them. Why you just go with any people who can't help you to give you any direction? So always keep your artwork personal, or if you believe that you wanted to share with someone, or you'll get some constructive ideas, or at least for motivation, so go only to those people. it's not like a criticism is not good. Criticism, criticize your critic for your artwork is also important, but if you have just started learning, you really don't need a critic. You need a feedback, and there is a difference between critic and feedback. So take that decision very carefully. So here it is, and I think this is the great way to have an approach for learning watercolor, something like this. Let it dry, and once after the dry, we'll be completing this artwork. Okay, here we are. This is dried, and now there's a time to just give a little bit of the make this head of these human figures an impression. I mean, you don't need to do so much thing here. It's just you are giving an impression. Some people are just a direction. So everything is an impression. We are not very specifically making things obvious here. Everything is an impression. And you can just do all of this with the certain depth and light. So now this dimension which we got here, we also need to bring like some more elements here, like there's a door, there is entrance, etc., that you can just bring in here, and we are almost done, man. All you have to do is this to get the real enjoyment of watercolor. Do certain kind of a practice, and you will see things will turning up the way you want, uh, the way you wanted to paint the watercolor. Now, if you want to make this a very realistic way, that is also uh, the another way to paint watercolor. But for looseness, to getting the real enjoyment of watercolor, at least that's what I feel. Uh, you have to do something like this. So yeah, I think this is good enough for you to understand the overall concept. I want uh, try this every day, and you'll see things are actually bringing a lot of positive changes in your creative journey, which will be really very fascinating for you. So do that, and again, I will just check my Patreon membership. See, you can join and watch my exclusive tutorial for absolutely free. You can also join my Patreon membership to my community, join my art community to learn and grow with watercolor. That would be really amazing, and that's a great way to support artists like me to create more videos like this for you. So see you and enjoy, and I'll see you next time.